Well, no mai, haere mai, kia ora, and welcome along to Christchurch Football Centre here in Addington in the Garden City for this final round of the National League Championships. A clash of the Cantabrians with Christchurch United taking on their crosstown rivals, Cashmere Technical. These two clubs are only separated by 10 kilometres in Christchurch between grounds. But currently, Cashmere lead by 4 points on the National League table. So on the face of it, it is a dead rubber. But I'm Sean Hogan taking you through this and try telling these two sides there's nothing to play for. Both are steeped in history and will want to get the wood over the other. In the National League, it won't matter where each other sit on the table when all's said and done. It will come down to who beat who. The weather today, it's a nice night, 16 degrees with a bit of breeze coming across the turf. But nice Friday night conditions for a game of football here in Christchurch. Let's look at your lineups and we'll go to the away side first, Cashmere Technical. 2 changes to the side that lost 3-1 to the Wellington Phoenix last weekend. Captain and right back Luke Tung, a welcome inclusion back into the fold, replacing Lockie McIsaac, who drops to the bench. A solid pairing of Storer and Schwartz in the centre of defence, who will look to nullify the attack of United. Sam Lapsley gets the chance to face off against his brother Benji in the midfield, alongside regulars Barbara Ryan and Alex Ballard. Sam Richards is also into the side with striker Kyan Donkers dropping to the bench. Make way for Golden Boot leader Garvin Coughlin, who we understand will lead the line in the number 9 position and will want nothing more but to put some more clear air between him and the chasing pack. We'll be looking for some fine service from Lyle Matheson and Jacob Richards on the flanks. Not that he needs it a lot of the time. Tyndall, Van Dam and Ford make up the rest of the bench with the coach of Dan Schwartz. Let's go to the home side now. And Christchurch United make just one change after being humbled 7-1 by the league leaders Olympic, who are now finalists in the National League last week. Mika Rabuka drops out of the matchday squad and Joel Peterson is put in by Paul Eiffel, who'll be looking to fire alongside top scorer Daniel McLennan and Edward Wilkinson. Noah Billingsley remains in the midfield, 4 away from his preferred positions, alongside Todd Smith, Pearce and Sho Matheson. Blake Weston will be in the centre of the defence with Riley Grover and the brother of Sam Lapsley, Benji, either side. Scott Morris is in goal with the coach. You don't really need to say much more about this man, Paul Eiffel, the Phoenix legend, looking to put on a tactical masterclass to try beat Cashmere Technical. Bench made up of Spain, Hull, Mine and Cole, who are hoping to make an impact later in the game. These two sides, well, they've faced off twice this season already in the Southern League. 4-1 win to Canterbury United in the first match, and then a 1-0 win to Tech later on in the season. And if you've been living under a rock as the two sides come out, there was a bit of chaos on the final day. Cashmere Tech had a 6+ goal difference heading into the final game. They won their match on the final day, 5-4 versus Dunedin City Royals, meaning United would have had to score 8 goals in their match to win the league. And Christchurch United were playing bottom of the table Mosgiel and scored 10 goals to take the title. The match officials today, Ben O'Connell, a mainlander, to try keep the peace between these two mainland sides. Michael Love, the AR, along with Ralph Klink. Hayden McCabe will take the pointers, I'm sure, from both coaches on the sideline. Talking to Paul Eiffel earlier this week, he said that he has really felt that this league has been a step up for the Canterbury United side. For 2 games this season, they've been nowhere near the opposition. Melville and Olympic were too good for them. He got it wrong in those games, but he says they believe they've been in it every time. Should not be too far away from some of these top sides once he puts a bit of work in with them. Toss has been made. Both sides will now say their final words in this final round of the National League. From here, the season is over after a long one, so it's the last chance for these 2 sides to impress their managers before all the thinking gets done for next season. Christchurch United in their blue strip. Cashmere Technical in their classic gold and green. As the sun starts to set here in Christchurch, as the sun sets on this National League, final round kicks off, and it will be Cashmere Tech to lead us off. Looking for the long ball early, and I'm sure with nothing more to play for in terms of silverware or final spots, Cashmere Technical will be looking to do everything they can to lead the man in yellow on the right of your screen there, Garmin Coughlin, to the golden boot. Here he is on the ball, looking to dink away from some of his defenders already. He currently has 9 goals and 3 assists, putting him a few goals clear of the chasing pack. But there will have to be quite a big swing for him not to be able to secure that title, but it might be a bit of a nervous wait for him, with likes of Gianni Bazookas still with 2 games to play, as they've got the final. And here is Coughlin on the ball now with a real chance, and he goes for the goal. And it fooled the crowd, but it ended up just past the left-hand post. A fast start by Cashmere Technical, pouncing on the error early by Canterbury United, Christchurch United rather. So maybe some early nerves there in the defence, and it's quite possibly the worst man you want to give the ball to in that situation, and he almost made them pay. Now, United have the chance to get on the ball as they look to feed the right winger out there. But the ball safely played back to Harrison Rowe in goal for Cashmere Technical. A good crowd in here today, making some noise, trying to urge their teams on. As I mentioned pre-game, there's not a long way to travel. Christchurch Football Centre out in Addington, which is about a 15-minute drive from Cashmere Technical's home ground of English Park. It's a good interception early there from Blake Weston, who looks to get the ball moving now as Joel Peterson looks to feed in McLennan, who looked to turn his defender but wasn't able to. And now Billingsley's on the ball. The ball just got away from McLennan there, and here he is with his back to goal, looking to use his strength. Billingsley out on the left, looking to feed a United player in the middle, and it plays a bit of pinball and finally falls to a Cashmere Technical defender. Lyle Matheson is urged to chase upfield. Blake Weston manages to get around him and charge forward and lead the attack again. Full safely, but at the feet of Canterbury United, Christchurch United rather. Apologies there for the second error. Now Matt Todd Smith on the ball with feeding Benji Lapsley, the brother of Sam. Bragging rights on the table at the next family dinner, I'm sure. There he is now, looking to get the ball into Christchurch's number 10. Canterbury United just settling on the ball now, trying to get a bit of possession and a bit of touches on the ball. Here's Richards, who's come across from his right wing to try find the ball. Difficult ball there for Storer, who looks back at his keeper in disgust about making him have to put in a strong challenge there. They can get the ball moving now. But Richards has had his pocket picked there. We're hoping to be faster on the ball there. Riley Glover finds Weston. Lapsley assessing his options forward and puts the ball up to his attackers. Billingsley just settles. Attack breaks down and Harrison Rowe clears it up the field. Just tried to find McLennan there, but was unable to. Here's Coughlin. He's back to goal, receiving a bit of attention from Riley Glover, who wins the ball, and now the number 10 of Edward Wilkinson chasing down that ball, trying to get something. Peterson looking to make his mark after coming off the bench from last week. Well, after 5 minutes, you have to say that early chance from Coughlin that was put wide, it's been all Canterbury United, Christchurch United. Need to get that out of my head. Time for Tom Schwartz to mop up. Now McLennan finds Wilkinson, who can strike, and it's a good save by Rowe and goal. It looked to be finding the net. He was able to parry it out to his own defender, who was able to clear it away. Good early signs here by Christchurch United. Christchurch United pressing hard on Cashmere Technical when they get the ball. Long ball over the top, just can't find the head of McLennan. Matheson finds a midfielder. Ryan playing back to goal, now the ball over the top. Looks to find the on-rushing winger of Cashmere Technical there. The chip over the top by Morris just finds Benji Lapsley, who can take it forward. Wilkinson finds Pierce, looks to thread the needle out to the right-hand side, but interjection by the defender falls into the hands of Harrison Rowe. Luke Tongue with the throw and winning it there on the ball now. He's the captain, and he's a welcome addition back, part of the Knicks reserves from 2015 to 2018. Provides a lot of experience. It's just a 23-year-old in this side. Here's Wilkinson looking to thread through Peterson out on the right-hand side, who tries to cross and find Pierce in the middle, but it's easy work for Storer. One back by United. McLennan look to create something on the left-hand side. is Lapsley. Moving the ball on to Todd Smith, who helps his defence out by providing an option, and they'll have worked their way back and now look to move forward. The battle in the middle ends up earning a foul for Christchurch United, in a nice position which they can try and whip a ball in here. They do have the tall timber of Noah Billingsley and Daniel McLennan, Wilkinson to aim for. I'm sure Blake Weston will try get up there from centre-back to try and add to his 1 goal this season. Ball comes in to the near post, and it's McLennan. He looks to put the ball in. The touch just wasn't up to scratch by Weston, and Technical are able to get the ball clear now. They are just welcoming United onto them, just trying to soak up some of this early pressure. Wilkinson doesn't like his options, so he goes back. Todd Smith interchanging with Lapsley. They're happy to just play the ball back and build it up from the back. Looking to be patient here and not force the issue. McLennan receiving some attention with his back to goal, and Wilkinson now look to maybe fire a ball in. Finds McLennan, who's in the box now. Running away from goal though. The strike here is Todd Smith. But it clatters into the Cashmere Tech defence, and it's able to be cleared away. Promising signs keep coming for Christchurch United, but Paul Eiffel will be wanting them to turn this into an early goal. Foul one there by Billingsley. Can't miss the tall man in midfield. Playing out of position. He's almost played in every position this season. Eiffel says he's happy to help the team out wherever. And today that would be from his centre midfield role. Here he is now on the ball. 3 appearances for the All Whites. It's a great ball by Lapsley, who finds Wilkinson, who looks to get around his defender there of Schwartz, but the experience is able to make a challenge. So we see the ball again here from Lapsley. Wilkinson was able to turn Schwartz, but at no point did he let him get away from him, and he was able to poke the ball out safely for a corner. Chance now. Delivery's not bad, but it's at the back post and it's headed away. McLennan wasn't able to get his own head in it, but they've got another chance here to deliver. It's a miscue by the Cashmere Technical defence, and it falls to Todd Smith on the edge of the area. It's pushed out to Wilkinson. He looks to try and get his shot away, but it's deflected off a few defenders, and Cashmere Technical unable to clear again. Joe Matheson's moved out to the left-hand side here. A lot of interchange of positions by Christchurch United early doors. At the moment it's defend, defend, defend by Cashmere Tech. Unable to really get a foothold. Todd Smith went for the shot, but it deflected off, and now Cashmere Tech can get on the ball and try and cement themselves into this game. raking long ball out to the left-hand side, and Sam Richards can push forward. Through ball, unable to find its man, and Billingsley's able to get the ball moving quickly. It's tried to be thread through to McLennan, but there's no getting past the brick wall of Andrew Storer, who's holding him off, but McLennan's done well and earned a corner out of that one. The streak from Storer was clear, but the tenacity from McLennan ended up earning his side another good opportunity to try and nick a goal within the first 15 minutes. This one. Benji Lapsley come from defence to try whip it in. He'll be looking for the height of Billingsley, but headed away by Cashmere Tech, and the corner comes to nothing. Todd Smith looking to provide a quarterback style pass to the on-rushing Peterson, but it fell safely into the hands of Rowe, but it's won back by Peterson, and United are back in the box again. This is Wilkinson trying to pull the trickery off to get past the wall of yellow shirts that were in front of him. Cashmere Tech trying to play their way out of the back, but it's a high press from Christchurch United. They've won the ball back on the edge of their own area again. Billingsley loses possession though, and luckily it's mopped up by Riley Grover. Otherwise, Garvin Coughlin was sniffing around. There's Pierce running into the area, but he's muscled out by Lapsley. Now the shape. And the ball is lovely, and Coughlin's away now. You know his delivery's going to be good, but he's charging into the box, and he takes to the byline and links it to Cashmere Technicals striker, who just couldn't put it past Scott Morris.
Next one, Ace!
Almost the best chance of the game coming on the counter for Cashmere Tech, who were unable to convert. Well, there's the warning shot for Christchurch United. They need to make some of these early chances count, otherwise Cashmere Tech have the ability to punish them. They're bombing downfield again, and it's through Will Pearce, who somehow managed to keep that ball in on the right-hand side and make his way into the attacking third. Todd Smith is alleged to have been pulled back by, I believe that's Lyle Matheson out there on the left-hand side. Running away from goal. There was no real need for Matheson to pull him back there, but the referee judged it a foul. United can be back on the ball again, as they have been for almost most of the first 20 minutes of this one. Sloppy pass gives the ball back to United. Target man of McLennan holding the ball up. Tongue looks to switch it out to Richards. Cashmere Tech persisting with trying to play out from the back, but Sam Richards decides he's under too much pressure and gives the ball back to United. Ball's lumped onto the Benji Lapsley. Cuts inside. McLennan's made the run out to the left, and Lapsey's continued his into the box, and his ball's crossed the byline. Appeals from Cashmere Tech were agreed with by the assistant referee on the far side there. Lapsley just took it too far. Well, the Lapsley brothers are good technical players. Sam makes up the midfield of Cashmere Technical, and brother Benji for Christchurch United plays at the back, but both have represented New Zealand in futsal. And both played under both Cashmere Technical and Canterbury United, the former franchise club of the mainland. I'm sure there's been a few texts, messages, or barbs fired across the dinner table over this week. McLennan looks to try and feed Peterson in the middle there. Couldn't curve the ball around, and now Richards has managed to get away from Peterson, but he's tracked his man back well. And Cashmere Tech had to play back. It was Benji Lapsley. He looks to find McLennan, but his touch was just too hard. Garvin Coughlin's able to keep that one in expertly. Now has his chance to run the defence. He looked to find Lyle Matheson on the left-hand side there, but couldn't quite pick him out. He's eventually won the ball back. Harrison Rowe coming far out of his box to get involved with the action, and balls ended up being given away and momentarily putting Cashmere Tech under a bit of pressure there. You always wonder when the keeper's out that far whether a long shot might have been incoming from United. Here's Peterson able to charge. Wilkinson, what's his ball like? He almost finds Pearce, who just can't extend his leg far enough to tap that one in, and slaps the ground in frustration. Here it is, Wilkinson. The ball comes right across goal, eludes Peterson, eludes Pearce, and much to the relief of Harrison Rowe, goes out for a goal kick. Another good chance for Christchurch United. What's been an entertaining first 20 minutes. Billingsley touches the ball into some space and finds McLennan out on this left wing as they charge forward again. What's the ball like? No one at the back post. The interchange between the three up front for Christchurch United has been good. McLennan, Wilkinson and Peterson all offering a threat. Something to think about for the back four of Cashmere Tech. Schwartz looks long. Trying to find Coughlin, but unable to, and foul ends up being committed on Sho Matheson, the former Cashmere Tech winger himself. These players will all know each other. Football scene in Christchurch is small, so we're looking to get the wood over each other. United were almost able to fashion a good chance out of that break down the right wing. Todd Smith appeared to be getting a bit too handsy there with Richards, much to his protest, but the referee disagreed with it. The throw was awarded to Christchurch United, I got to say, I don't know how you can do that. Referee must have been unsighted. The ball's now with the blue side. Todd Smith is pressured well by Barbara Ryan, who's able to win the foul. And the quick free kick catches Richards off guard. And now United can break forward and through. Wilkinson looking to move on to his left boot, and it's tapped in at the back post by Joel Peterson, who draws the first blood in this derby, and it's blue blood for Christchurch United. The mistake of the free kick led to the ball falling to Wilkinson, who looked to be going away from goal, but he was able to fashion a great cross which eluded Rowe, was tapped in by Peterson. 1-0 to Christchurch United. Just about 25 minutes gone. Well, you have to say they do deserve that after the early pressure they've created, and Cashmere Technical have been welcoming the pressure onto them. Haven't been able to make the two good chances that they've had count. Paul Eiffel will be pleased to have seen a ball ruffle the back of the net. Now Rowe coming under a bit of pressure, and he's given the ball away now to Mac Lennon, who finds Wilkinson in the middle, who slots it through the legs of Harrison Rowe, and it's 2 goals inside 2 minutes that put Christchurch United ahead 2-0 in the derby. Well, he put himself under unnecessary pressure there, Rowe. And the calmness from Mac Lennon to not shoot and put it calmly to Wilkinson, who was able to put it through the legs of Rowe and into the bottom right-hand corner. A dream start for Christchurch United. And Cashmere Technical are now under all sorts of pressure. A couple of very costly errors from Cashmere Technical. They just haven't seemed to be on it 100% in this one. A mistake from the free kick that went to no one. That ended up in the back of the net, and then the pressure that was put on Rowe, who wasn't able to get rid of it. Leave Cashmere Tech with a mountain to climb now. Well, the key here for United will be to now play just the way that they have been, which has been successful so far. But Cashmere Tech now know they have to chase the game. They've got a chance here to redeem themselves with a corner. Matheson to stand over. His delivery's decent into the middle, and Storer climbed high and got his head on it, but it just flashed past the left-hand upright. A let-off there for United, and keeper Scott Morris just takes his time with this one, just to let United gather their thoughts and get them back into the game. Technical pressing now. Luke Tongue coming high up the field to give a bit of a detention to the defence, but he's fouled in the process. I think if Paul Eiffel was going to dream up a perfect start to this game, I don't think he could have imagined anything better than this. Christchurch have dominated possession. They've given away a couple of chances, but crucially, they've put their own away. now have a 2-goal buffer. If there's a man who can disrupt it, it's the man on the ball just then, Coughlin, but Billingsley is strong on Matheson. And now United can break away again. Move revived by McLennan, who puts in a good ball across, and Wilkinson went for goal instead of maybe trying to square the ball to Pearce, who was through and unmarked. Technical defence just seemingly having no answer for the front three of Christchurch United. Billingsley working hard in defence. Clean that one up. And touch for Pearce in the midfield. Well, you might hear multiple games going on at the moment. We are at Christchurch Football Centre. 5 full-size football fields. Very impressive facility here. 2 of them the artificial grass with the floodlights. McLennan has been put through. What's his strike like? He looks for the back post in the oncoming run of Pearce. Wilkinson has his chance to shoot, but it's saved by Rowe. All the good chances coming Christchurch United's way. McLennan couldn't get the ball past Benji Lapsley. Was able to regather it. And Todd Smith, who's been industrious in that deep lying role. Looks to try and work the ball across midfield. Pearce turns his defender there, but runs into the brick wall of Lapsley. Tech can now break through Richards. Couldn't find the golden boot leader of Coughlin. The ball through the lines finds Wilkinson, who receives a heavy challenge from Sam Lapsley. Bit of feeling in that one, the first real challenge of feeling. You can probably guess it's a bit of frustration from the Cashmere technical midfielder. Wilkinson. Pearce manages to find Lapsley on the left-hand side. He looked to shape to shoot, but couldn't get the cross in either. He's now running away from goal, but he's managed to get past Tongue, and the ball was good, but Schwartz was able to head it away. Matheson did show some good strength there. Todd Smith. Wilkinson. Straight into the hands of Harrison Rowe. Again, ball not finding the feet of the Cashmere Tech players, and the Christchurch United side pressing from the front, not letting Tech out of their own half. Tongue tried a long throw to Coughlin and wants a handball, but nothing given. Long ball over the top, finds Wilkinson, who goes for the audacious chip, cross or shot. I'm not sure what that one was, but it found Rowe. Billingsley, good feet, able to move it away from his defender, get his side back on the attack. Peterson taking on Richards on the right-hand side there. He's still going, and it's almost been flicked in. And desperate defending from Cashmere Technical keeps this at a 2-goal lead. Well, it was great tenacity from Peterson out on the right-hand side, whose ball to McLennan in the middle was saved by Rowe. And then I believe that was Schwartz on the ground who was able to keep out the shot from Pearce, who couldn't add to his goal tally for the season. But desperate stuff from Cashmere Tech, as they've got another corner to defend here. Ball's headed away safely, but again it falls to Todd Smith, who's praying around the midfield for any loose ball that comes his way. Cross falls to Billingsley in the box, who just couldn't get it under control. The clearance falls to Matheson. Tries to find McLennan, but Lapsley's able to try and get the ball moving for Tech. Peterson working hard in defence. Ten minutes to go in the first half of this one, and it's been all Christchurch United. Cashmere Tech have had their chances. They've had two good opportunities to put themselves on the score sheet, but the quickfire goals from Christchurch were able to put them in a 2-0 lead, and Coughlin almost had a chance there to get a goal back, but it was snuffed out by the defence. Foul there by McLennan, relieving the pressure on the defence of Cashmere Technical. The long ball was unable to find Barbara Ryan, and ball settles to Blake Weston. Centre-backs played around the country. Olympic, Southern United, Hamilton Wanderers, Miramar Rangers, Postal Spirit. It's been a figure of New Zealand football. 26-year-old has. He's also a graphic designer. He's done a lot of the media for many of these sides that he's played for. Does a great job as well. And just to add to his bow, he's also an endurance athlete. The season break between the Southern League and the National League, he completed a 21-kilometre race in Tekapo, which he won. Not a bad asset to have in the centre of your defence. Some players like to relax in their off-season. Blake Weston seemingly can't stop. Will have his work cut out for him today with Coughlin leading the line, but managed to nullify the Irishman so far. Strong challenge by Barbara Ryan on Lapsley. Wins the ball back in a good area for Cashmere Tech. And Matheson now has it at the edge of the area. Here he is again, Matheson! Not the cleanest of hits, and it's cleared away. Coughlin taunting Matheson out there. He's managed to get the ball in, but Barbara Ryan can't bring it in to fashion a chance. Well, the skill of the Irishman really is on display when he taunts with defenders like that. 9 goals so far this campaign, 3 assists. That's to match his golden boot in the Southern League, where he scored 24 goals. Coach Dan Schwartz just saying he really has shown over the last 5 seasons he is one of the top strikers in this league, and they're lucky to have him. Did take a knock a few weeks back. Still getting back to full fitness, but even then, he's a danger. Billingsley's ball to Matheson on that right-hand side, who's just a bit too far. McLennan looks to find Wilkinson around the back of Storer, but the outreached leg of the centre-back was enough to save his side. Matheson now has a chance to bomb forward, but is on the wrong page and wasn't able to find a fellow yellow shirt. Billingsley playing the ball back to Morris. It's been an interesting season for Billingsley, to say the least. Coming back from the United States, where he was on the books of Minnesota, was released from that contract and has found himself back here in Christchurch, playing all sorts of roles under Paul Eiffel. Tongue and McLennan facing off there, and McLennan is able to find his way out of a hole created by three Cashmere Tech defenders, and is able to find Billingsley. You can see how much Eiffel relies on the 25-year-old with MLS experience. That was it on display there. Ball finds Pierce, and now there's four United attackers. They were offside. That turn from Billingsley shows the class that he has and the reason why he was picked for the All Whites under Des Buckingham to go to the Intercontinental Cup, where he made 3 appearances, made 4 for the under-23s. And 11 for the under-20s. Out of the Western Suburbs Academy in Wellington. I'm sure playing all these different positions has given him a lot of new experience and ability to adapt, which he'll look to apply as his career continues. Rowe under a bit of pressure there from the hard-working Wilkinson. And want to avoid the mistake he made for that second goal, where he was caught napping. Barbara Ryan's briefly dispossessed, but Lapsley's able to clean up. Now Tech look to find some space and room through Coughlin. Something always happening when the ball gets to his feet. Dan Schwartz was saying in midweek that keeps telling him he's a left back, which I can't really seem to understand with that amount of skill. Pierce finding Billingsley, linking up with McLennan. Lapsley. Christchurch United well in control of this one.
Next one.
As we approach the final minute of the first half. Wilkinson just Getting a bit too eager there on Storer, charging into the back of the 26-year-old centre-back. Cashmere Technical will try and get the ball up into their own attacking half to try and get something before the break here. Flick on by Coughlin, almost finds Matheson, but Morris is quick out to claim and get the ball moving quickly. Press has won the ball back, and Coughlin's found himself on the ball, but is judged to have fouled Matheson in the process, much to the objection of the Irishman. The beauty of this National League is it's given us this opportunity to have these derbies on the national stage, broadcast live here. You can see two local rivals going at it. Can Christchurch United conjure up anything more into the break? Clelland's working hard and constantly putting his foot in, and he's rewarded with a foul, which is in a promising area for the men in blue. The front three will be receiving a lot of plaudits in the halftime sheds. They've worked incredibly hard up top, defending from the front. They've managed to put their side up 2-0. Can they add to the woes of Cashmere Tech as we head into the sheds? Lapsley opts for the move out to the right-hand side. Todd Smith looks to launch the ball and finds Pearce, but he can't direct it past Rowe. A good chance for the number 7. And that'll be the final act of the first half here at Christchurch Football Centre. Christchurch United take a 2-goal lead into the break against Cashmere Tech. Let's look at some of the highlights from the half. It was an early mistake that saw Coughlin bear down on goal. And it looked for all money. That was trickling into the bottom left-hand corner, but wasn't to be. And the shot from Wilkinson drew a good save from Rowe. Coughlin was able to get to the byline again. Almost. Barbara Ryan turned it in again, but eluded on the left-hand side. This was the first goal. Wilkinson with a fantastic ball to the back post for Peterson to tap in past an outspread Rowe. And then the mistake from the keeper coming just a minute later. And calmness from both McLennan and Wilkinson saw him thread it through the legs of Rowe to put them 2-0 up. And that's how it stands at half-time. 2-0 Christchurch United over their crosstown rivals, Cashmere Technical. We'll be back for the second half shortly.
We are always looking towards the future. So while we are proud of our range of vehicles, we are even prouder of being the first company to support not only the football ferns, but the next generation. And the legends we grew up wanting to be.
two sides starting to come out here for the second half. As Christchurch United hold that 2-goal lead over Cashmere Technical. They were better for it. They pressed, hounded, harried the Tech defence. A couple of costly mistakes. Saw United put 2 goals on the back of the net in the space of 2 minutes. You have to say, bar 2 very good chances from Cashmere Technical on the break, they really weren't able to make Scott Morris and the United goal work enough. They seemed to be welcoming the attack of Christchurch United on to their defence. Frankly, they weren't able to handle the work rate and industry of the front three of McLennan, Wilkinson and Peterson. You can imagine Paul Eiffel, the happier man of the two managers, in the sheds at half-time. United rearing to go. We're still waiting on the gold of Cashmere Technical to appear out from the sheds. Perhaps Dan Schwartz is giving one last rack up to his side before they finish the season. We understand both sides have booked their end-of-season trip in Queenstown next weekend, falling on the same day. I'm sure whoever gets the points here will have the bragging rights when they see each other on the streets of Queenstown. It's referee Ben Connell emerging there with the ball. Hasn't had to make any too major decisions so far. No yellow cards in this one. And there we have the gold of Cashmere Technical appearing on the right-hand side of your screen. Led there by Garbin Coughlin, who will be crucial if they're to get themselves back into this one. And Christchurch United will get this one back underway here at the Christchurch Football Centre. Look to firm themselves again onto Cashmere Technical and put the pressure on early, perhaps nick a third and try and put this game to bed. I'm sure would have been the message from Paul Eiffel, more of the same. They have shown they're a capable side this season. They fought it with one of the finalists, Auckland City, and missed a penalty in that game. They went down 3-2. That's an early, strong challenge. I was just mentioning the fact that the referee hasn't had to give a yellow card yet, but he's had to go to the pocket with inside a minute of this one, as he looks to find the offender, which I believe was Sam Lapsley. Sorry, Benji Lapsley, who receives the card, and early attention is given to Garbin Coughlin. That's one way to stop him. Schwartz looks to provide a short option, but the ball's found Coughlin, who's able to put the ball in, but it's carried away by Billingsley, who's back defending. And Tech have an early opportunity here to get a goal back, and get themselves back into this one. Matheson standing over the ball, and it goes into a busy area, but it's strong work by keeper Scott Morris to claim and pump the ball upfield. Inside 2 minutes, it's good early signs for Cashmere Tech. to try and claw back this 2-goal lead that United hold. Long ball finds Coughlin, who effortlessly takes it down and just goes past defenders. It takes 3 of them to stop them, and Billingsley comes out with the ball. And he's fouled by 1 or 2 Cashmere technical players. It really has been a joy to watch Garvin Coughlin this season. Just seems to float past defenders and control the ball with ease. You think 1 minute he's going nowhere, and he manages to get himself in a goal-scoring position, and that's why he is the current Golden Boot leader. He'll want a couple more to help his side back into this one. Richards working hard to win the throw-in. Barbara Ryan can get on the ball now. Ballard finds Richards on the right-hand side. Jacob Richards, that is. Here's Lapsley. Snuffed out by Joel Peterson, who's retreated back. Now McLennan can break forward. Managed to reel the ball in, but his outside of the boot cross isn't able to find Pearce, who had plenty of company in the middle. Coughlin assessing his options. Finds Schwartz, who's made his way forward from centre back. Lapsley looking for the 1-2, but the touch from Richards wasn't good. And Tongue now looks to build, but he's under pressure from Wilkinson, who puts in another heavy challenge. And fouls Tongue in the process. Coughlin looks for the foul, but referee says he's gone down too easy. And now McLennan is charging forward in a... Storer won the ball, but McLennan left a foot in there as they both dived for it, and the referees deemed that Storer was there first. The first bit of feeling coming through this game. A few big challenges coming in the first 5 minutes of the second half. The running hasn't stopped from top 3 of United. Their press has forced the mistake. Todd Smith and Billingsley combining to reset. McLennan with his back to goal. Wilkinson, he's got Pearce in the middle. Can he find him? Too far over the jumping Pearce. Get the ball on, but Billingsley tried to put the pressure on Richards, but he was calm and got out of the hole that he created. Matheson. Lapsley receives the attention from Pearce, who was running back, but Referee allows the game to play on. Coughlin tried to find the run of Richards, but was unable to get his radar working. Matheson. Billingsley wins the ball back. Now Weston has a bit of work to do to get out of his own half. And Coughlin tries to take the throw in quickly, but the referee had pointed the other way. Christchurch United happy to just take their time and get themselves settled into the second half. 2-goal buffer gives them some room for experimentation and the odd mistake, but they won't want to leave the door open too far for Cashmere technical. Billingsley looks to rake the ball across to the on-running Peterson, but Morris was up to the task. Schwartz. Finds Richards and combines with Barbara Ryan and Ballard. Schwartz looks long for Coughlin, but the touch from the United defence was not good, and Coughlin's got his chance and he curls it wide. He looks to place it. It was the mistake from Grover, and Coughlin danced past Weston, and all he needed to do was curl it past Scott Morris, and goal went begging. You have to say, with the ball at the feet of that man, you would have expected him to score. Seems not to be working out for the Irishman today. There's plenty of time to change that. Barbara Ryan is trying to work hard in the midfield, but his work is undone by Ballard, whose pass is rogue. Matheson. Tackled well by Pearce, and now United are just failing to find their passes and letting Tech get back on the ball. Schwartz looks for Coughlin, who's leading the line in that number 9 role. Ref stops play here. Concerned for the well-being of, I believe that might be Todd Smith on the ground there. He's had a fantastic game in that deep lying role. He's always been there, winning the ball back, offering options to the defence. Let's hope this isn't a significant injury. Didn't seem to be too bad of a challenge go in, but may have fallen awkwardly or just taken a trailing leg to what looks to be the right ankle there that the physio is working on.
Keep working, Aiden.
Chance for United just to reset themselves. And it looks like Todd Smith isn't going to be able to continue. The message seems to be to the bench to get a replacement sorted. He is up and standing. Doesn't look to be able to put too much weight on that right-hand leg of his. And his day appears to be done. Paul Eiffel picking his man to replace him in that deep lying role. He does have good options on the bench that he can turn to. Jordan Spain, Jackson Cole, Joe Hull,
Up the Roosters.
and Daniel Mine as Todd Smith hands the captain's armband over to Mac Lennon, who graciously takes it, and Todd Smith gets the applause he deserves after a solid performance. So will be Joe Hull who comes on to replace Todd Smith. He's a midfielder, so whether we'll see any formation change is yet to be determined, but looks like he might be playing in a bit more of an advanced role, and Billingsley might be slotting into that deep-lying midfield role. Peterson wants to get rid of it, and the new captain, Mac Lennon, leading from the front and trying to muscle Cashmere's captain, Luke Tunn, off the ball, but he's a bit over-eager. The referee's deemed he's fouled Tongue in the process of that tussle. Tongue looks for none other than Garvin Coughlin, whose touchdown is just what the doctor ordered. Cashmere Tech will want to continue where they left off before that injury break. More assertive on the ball, controlling possession comparatively to the first half. And now Coughlin looks to find Barbara Ryan, who'd made his move forward, and the outstretched boot of Tongue earns him a yellow card. It collected Mac Lennon in the midsection of his body, and I'm sure that would have left a good stud mark for the morning. Weston just mimicking the action there of Tongue. I don't think there was anything malicious in that. It just, both players were going for the ball, and Tongue's foot ended up where it did. Just a yellow card for the Cashmere technical captain. This tussle with Mac Lennon continues. We have to be careful for the remaining half an hour of this one. McLennan hasn't suffered from the challenge as he's back up and running and trying to keep the ball in there on the left-hand side. Well, the Scot is a leader of this team. 6 appearances and 2 goals in the National League this season. He was signed from Nunawading FC in Melbourne. Did suffer a serious injury, a broken knee in an English Cup clash. And they've spent a lot of the season without him, and you can tell today what a big loss that would have been. Matheson rakes the ball across goal, but it's intercepted there by Grover. Schwartz is advanced up the field. Try and give an option to the midfield so they can push more. Foul from Lapsley. Hurds Cashmere technical. Free kick in a promising position, and Storer and Swash are immediately forward. They're going to start the comeback. Might have to be soon. Matheson in charge with putting it in, but Lapsley's judged the ball well and nodded it out to safety for a corner. Big men stay forward. Be hoping to get better connection on this one. Ball's high from Matheson and it falls to Lapsley, who couldn't direct it, and it just looped over the crossbar. A couple of good chances to deliver balls in full safely for Christchurch United, who maintained their 2-goal lead. Just over half an hour, just under half an hour to play here. Christchurch Football Centre. Pearce tried to feed Wilkinson, but he was on his haunches and was unable to start his run after coming back from being offside. Pressure being applied on Rowe. Hoping not to make a similar mistake he made that led to the second goal. Wilkinson sees Peterson on the far post, who had all the time in the world to try put it past Rowe, but he stood strong and cut down the angle. He was left alone out there, Peterson, and almost made it 3, but here's Coughlin. And it's cleared off the line by Christchurch United. Well, the move was quick after the chance from Peterson. Coughlin was unable to turn it past the Christchurch United defender, who read the move well, and as soon as he saw his keeper wasn't going to be able to save it, set up on the line, and now the game has really opened up as United looked to charge forward again. Schwartz bombing forward now, looking to try to deliver that ball to Coughlin. Richards has moved out to the left-hand side. Him and Matheson seem to have swapped wings. Coughlin comes out to collect and goes round, but Billingsley's able to get a foot in and stop the Irishman's progress. McClellan and Tongue going again. McClellan's one out on that one, but his pass was errant. A strong challenge there by Grover. Wins the foul. It looks like Benji Lapsley has done his dash today. It will be his replacement. Get his head on the ball there. Early touch. Who I believe is Jackson Cole, who's come onto the field. Here's McLennan. Tried to find the ball to Peterson, but couldn't.
Time.
Coughlin. Here he is now. What's he got? He's almost put it in the back of the net. But he can't force the save from Scott Morris. Interchange between him and Lapsley. Found him at the top of the box and he was able to put it onto his right boot, but didn't trouble Scott Morris. May have made him worry. But couldn't draw a save from the number one for United. Wilkinson has a ball to chase and has Pearce in the middle. And at the back post is number 12 of Joe Hill was lurking back there, but wasn't able to find him. And now Richards is in the box and looks to go for the cross the face of goal. There was no yellow shirt there to tap it in.
Keep going, Aid! Looking better!
Remaining calm in the centre of the tents, but when put under pressure. Teka looking to try and get the game moving quickly. Just under 20 minutes to go here. Ball falling safely out for a goal kick. Sure to the relief of appears someone has been put into the book. We're not sure who at this stage. Lingsley. Long ball. Can only find Rowe, who comes out of his box to sweep up and pump the ball long. Now McLennan charging into the box. Here's Pearce. Interception by Richards was critical. And he's fouled, but the ball was moving, so they'll have to bring that one back. Apologise for some of the language that might be coming through on the stream. As a sub is being made by Cashmere Technical, and it looks like Sam Richards is going to come off for Lockie McIsaac in that left back row, and it looks like Kyan Donkers will replace Jacob Richards on the right hand side. Donkers knows how to score goals. He's got 3 of them in the league so far, and he's already won the foul there in a promising position just outside of the area. A tall frame of the man proving difficult already for the United defence to handle. And they now have a free kick and a tasty position, which I can only guess is going to be taken by Garvin Coughlin. Who else? Other players interested over the ball, Luke Tung and Lyle Matheson, but I think when you're winning the Golden Boot, you can potentially do what you like. Morris setting up a 4-man wall, no draft excluder. Here is Coughlin, straight into the breadbasket of Morris, who graciously accepts as he falls to the floor. Didn't quite make Morris work probably as much as he would have liked to. Coughlin, as he looked for that left-hand side of the goal. Tech pressuring the midfield of United, knowing time is ticking away here, and if they're to get back in this one, they'll need to act fast. United defence holding strong at this time. One well. Joe Hull. Now Wilkinson can charge forward into the box. He looked to play it across goal to Peterson, but the veteran Schwartz was there to make sure it went out for a corner instead of troubling his keeper. You can see Rowe there unhappy with his midfield, who was able to let that one through, giving the stare down. And you think if United can score here, they could put the game to bed. And the ball comes in. Peterson on the turn. Wasn't able to trouble Rowe, but Joe Hill climbed high and almost turned it in from the corner there. Essentially a lifeline for Cashmere Tech in this one. Lapsley. Storer finds Barbara Ryan. Peterson's working hard and back coming into midfield, and now looks to start an attack, and it's Coughlin who's doing defensive duties as he's dropped in, as Kyan Donkers in the number 12 there looks now to lead the line. Matheson finding Pearce. Looked to turn out to find Wilkinson, but pass was misplaced, but he's won it back. McLennan got it away and slipped it through now to Peterson. But again, Schwartz is there, taking it off his toes before he can get a shot away. Not where Cashmere Technical want to be right now. Defending their own goal instead of trying to claw back this lead that Christchurch United deservedly hold. What's the delivery like? It's not bad, but bounces around the box and ends up in the hands of Rowe, who immediately gets it as far away as possible from his net. There's the other substitute, Lockie McIsaac, able to have a bit of space to run to. Matheson. The substitution being made here. It's going to be for Cashmere Technical, it looks like. We'll try and get the numbers here when they come on screen. Made a substitution. Matheson's delivery wasn't able to get past the defensive line of Christchurch United. Tongue looks to lump it back in towards his fellow defenders. And does well to break down the attack of Christchurch United. Approaching the last 10 minutes now. And Cashmere Tech will be heartened by the fact that Christchurch United could score 2 goals in 2 minutes. So if their crosstown rivals can do it, they'll believe they can as well. Declan Tyndall that has come on, the number 21 jumper. The Cashmere Technical. Billingsley goes over the top to try and find the run of Peterson, and Pearce is almost put through, but Lockie McIsaac is there to save the day. Pearce would have been through one-on-one there if that ball had gone through. He had to be careful there as well, McIsaac, not to turn the ball into his own net. You do see sometimes in those situations, defenders just desperately trying to get a foot on it and end up turning it past their own keepers. They will be breathing a sigh of relief. That didn't happen on this occasion. How's the delivery? Headed away by the Tech defence. Now Weston. Remain forward, but it's won by Donkers. Can't find Coughlin, but Donkers is collected in a late challenge from Edwards, and he earns himself a yellow card. Good noise being made by the crowd, trying to urge their side to either hold the lead or start the comeback. Good turn away by Peterson, who's been good today, and he's still got full of running through his legs. Wilkinson just couldn't take the ball in his stride, and here's Pearce! Ball parried away, but it only falls as far as McLennan, who couldn't get the ball back to Wilkinson. United come again, and here he is, Wilkinson, but it's tamely hit into the arms of Rowe. Coughlin immediately receives the attention, but Donkers has won it back off Billingsley, and now Coughlin's back on the ball. This pass to Donkers is just over hit, and the work of Scott Morris in goal was applauded by the crowd. Searching long ball there, and Rowe has come out of his goal, but couldn't be collected by Wilkinson, and he's won a corner for his hard work. United with another chance to put this game to bed. You'd think if they score now, 3 goals would be a tough task for Tech, and the ball looks okay, yet it falls to McLennan, who's earshot. Receives the shock of the crowd. I don't think he could quite believe he didn't hit that. Here's Schwartz, looking to try find number 21, Declan Tyndall, on the right-hand side there. Now's the shot, it's curled, but couldn't curl enough. Lockie McIsaac trying to place that into the top right-hand corner of Morris's goal, but he couldn't quite hit the place where the Spiders live. Chances for either side at both ends. You have to feel that there's a good chance of a goal within the last 5 minutes. Rowe comes out sweeping and gets his head on it. Miscue from Billingsley. Or McLennan. He's worked hard today. I think it might be starting to show for the Scotsman. And with that, it is his last action. His time is up, and Daniel Mine will make his way onto the field. 17-year-old. Passing on some instructions to Joe Hull. The son of Slava Mine, the president of Christchurch United, has 5 minutes here to make his mark on the game. Mine unable to get that ball under control with his first touch. Oh, good turn by Wilkinson, who thought he might have spotted Rowe off his line. Couldn't get the right connection on it to worry the Globman. Into the final 5 minutes of this one, and so far the United defence has stayed resolute. They've maintained that 2-goal lead they held after 2 quick goals in the first half. They've had their chances to add to their tally, haven't been able to take them. Donkhurst driving forward, the big man, and still going. He gets himself in the way of the clearance. Schwartz looks to find Coughlin, who was unsighted, lost the ball in the air and was unable to get any sort of meaningful touch on it to try and get his side back in this one. Looks a bit of a dejected figure up the top there. Matheson receiving the attention of 2 blue shirts. He tries to get himself out of a cul-de-sac. Weston battling hard out there on the left-hand side, ends up in a tangle and a pretzel with Cashmere Tech player who wanted to have a few choice words. It was held back by Wilkinson. McIsaac tries to go past mine. Delivery into the middle to Donkers' head, but it's headed away by Grover, who pales in comparison to the big man of Donkers, but able to beat him out to the header on that occasion. Well, with 2 minutes to go in this one, United seem to just be taking their time. Morris will want to keep his clean sheet intact. As the lights start to take effect here, United are bombing forward with 4 players. Peterson's in the middle and he's capped it home. And that'll be the 3 points for United. Joel Peterson with the double. Man's deserved his goals today, working hard. The ball across from Wilkinson was able to be tapped in. The two combining again as they did for their first. Christchurch United go 3-0 up in the derby. And put Cashmere Technical to the sword. Well, their front three have worked tirelessly today. Defending from the front, pouncing on loose balls, then transition, bombing down the wings and harrowing the Cashmere Tech defence. And taking their chances when they were on offer. Morris just with a bit of gamesmanship lying on the ball here. As the 90 minutes is up. United will just want to keep the ball away. As Rowe comes bombing forward. It looks like an audacious attempt as Rowe was far out of his goal. He was able to pick it out to save himself any embarrassment in the last few minutes of this one. We will have a bit of injury time. There was the injury to Todd Smith that took a while to get the game back underway, so could be around 5 minutes to go here as Donkers latches onto a ball over the top, but he's offside. Striker too keen on the line. United happy to take their time with this one. An impressive display from Paul Eiffel's side, who from the first minute took it to Cashmere Tech. Played the game they wanted to play. Tech have had their chances, with one of them falling to, well, two of them falling to the best man who's on the ball now, Garvin Coughlin, who's been more and more out of the game, and here's a chance for United to try and make it 4, but ball falls to Wilkinson and it pinballs around the box and no one can get a good shot away. Pierce is here and surrounded, and here's Wilkinson. Can only hammer it into the legs of a Tech defence. The chances have fallen fallen and being created by Coughlin. And here's Donkers. What a great challenge there by Jackson Cole. Make sure he doesn't have the opportunity to shoot at Scott Morris. Maraudering run there. Declan Tyndall is unable to get a shot away. Tick is still trying to get on the board here. Here's Ballard. Been relatively anonymous in the second half. Coughlin's still trying, but Hull is back to steal the ball back off him. Ball punted away as far away from the goal as possible. Try soak up some more of his time as we approach the end of this one. Schwartz trying to muster an attack for his side, and the ball has fallen to Donkers, but again, Grover's there. Donkers is trying hard. Billingsley remains strong and skins Coughlin for good measure. Here he is again, Billingsley. Ball from Peterson is to no one, and can't blame the man for an errant pass. He's been running himself into the ground all game. There's this one last chance for Tech. Into the area, and it is Matheson who puts it into the back of the net, and on trying to retrieve the ball was taken out by Morris, who earns himself a yellow card. The Cashmere Tech have got back the consolation goal in this one. It's come too late. The work was good into the box and squared ball back to Matheson, who was able to finish past Morris, who just lashed away at Matheson when he tried to retrieve the ball. Here's a chance to restore the goal, 3-goal lead, and it will be Wilkinson to put it past Harrison Rowe and get himself a double and restore the 3-goal lead for Christchurch United. The ball went past a tired scorer. Wilkinson, who's been exceptional all game, was able to calmly chip it over the row and earn himself a double and put Christchurch United 4-1 up. Well, the hands on the hips say it all for Cashmere Tech. 4 goals conceded in a derby is not what you want to hear. And that's full time. Referee Ben O'Connell ends the game. The Christchurch derby, Christchurch United take the spoils 4-1 over Cashmere Tech and finish their National League campaign on a high. Not the end Dan Schwartz and his Tech side would have wanted. Let's look at some of the highlights from the game. We'll start with the first half, and the goal just before the 25th minute from Peterson. That was his first. He combined with Wilkinson to tap it past Rowe, and then this came just moments later. The pressure on Rowe led the ball to forward to McLennan, who was able to calmly put it across to Wilkinson for his first. Coughlin worked hard throughout the game to try and get his side into it. That was a good chance that he couldn't curl it inside the post. Peterson found himself with a good opportunity, but could only put it into the breadbasket of Rowe. Coughlin again looked to slot it past the outstretched Morris, but couldn't trouble him. And Pearce had a good shot saved by Rowe down into the bottom right-hand corner. The cutback from Lockie McIsaac, he couldn't curl it into the top corner. And charging forward late in the game, Wilkinson was able to combine with Peterson again for him to seal the game. That was 3-0. Cashmere Tech would get one back late through Lyle Matheson, who put it past Morris, who was fuming to lose his clean sheet, but a 3-goal lead was restored almost straight away, with Wilkinson deservedly getting a double, calmly chipping it past Harrison Rowe. Well, that's the campaigns of the two Christchurch sides done. We've got plenty more action to come, including the remaining matches in this final round before the final next weekend. Thanks for joining us here on the New Zealand Football YouTube channel. I've been Sean Hogan.